Hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, blah, 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 blah. This is going to be short. I'm just doing a check in. So, I had planned to do a video tonight on the results, on the result of the poll I had asked yesterday on whether or not the people would rather see me do a long form on Scott Peterson or Vince McMahon. And the people have spoken. 2 votes chose unanimously they wanted to hear me do a long form on Scott Peterson. And I planned all day to do that this evening. I had no idea how much effort goes into true crime, podcasting, or YouTubing, or whatever. Especially a case like this, where there's so much from every angle, and your boy's tired. And I just don't think I could do it justice tonight. So instead, I'm going to make fun of Republicans for a few minutes and and then give a little intro and then talk about how when I go long form tomorrow, hopefully, on the Scott Peterson case, how it's going to be a little different than you're going to see me in a little different light than you typically do. But look, I'll explain that near the end. So, I tried to do like a quick 1-minute short, and I actually hit 60 seconds on the dot earlier today about this just nonsensical MAGA Taylor Swift, who I love. I'm a Swiftie. Yay, Swifties. Kelsey conspiracy. I don't even know what to call it other than just really dumb. So, this is what, now that I'm not limited to the minute, I can explain exactly what it is, and you will understand why they're so stupid. And by them, I mean anyone who believes this. So, they believe that Taylor Swift is something called a PSYOP. I didn't even know that term existed until today, and I don't even know what it's short for right now, so we're going to look it up. I did no preparation for today's thing, YouTube, because I was going to go long form on Scott Peterson and just, I don't have it in me. Psychological operations. Okay. Psychological operations, PSYOP, are operations to convey selected information and indicators to audiences to influence their motives and objective reasoning and ultimately their behavior. Okay, so this is like a military thing. I mean, it exists, of course, but what it is, let me give you some like examples of real ones, because the Taylor Swift thing is not real at all. Oh, I just pulled up the YouTube thing, and okay. An example is music in psychological operations. When people aren't used to heavy metal, if they play it for 24 hours, your brain will start to think differently, I guess. And they say that various musicians have worked with the government in the past, but no actual famous musicians. It's just a way to manipulate thinking. Because, yes, America has done its fair share of trying to manipulate thinking. Stuff happened in World War II where, the OSS, Morale Operations Branch was the psychological operations arm of the military. So this PSYOP thing is real. It does exist. And in general, its units worked on a theater-by-theater basis without a great deal of central coordination. It was present in most theaters, with the exception of the Southwest, under Douglas MacArthur, who was hostile to the OSS. If what I'm saying makes no sense, I'm right there with you. The OSS was responsible for strategic propaganda, while the military commanders had operational and tactical responsibility. Dwight Eisenhower, good old Dwight, the last real Republican, if you think about it, and he wasn't even really a Republican, was supportive of psychological operations, had a psychological warfare organization in his staff of all his commands. Okay, so this is just like doing things to manipulate people's heads. That's what it seems to be. It's just a way to manipulate the way people think. They say there's a 10-part process. I'll just go through this really quickly. Clearly define the mission so that it aligns with national objectives. Need a PSYOP. I guess, the Republicans think Taylor Swift. Now, was Taylor Swift performing a PSYOP, or is she a PSYOP? See, I'd never heard this term until today. See, MAGA's teaching me something. They're killing my brain cells simultaneously. Need a PSYOP estimate of the situation, prepare the plan, media selection, product development, pre-testing, determine the probable impact of the PSYOP on the target audience. So I guess Taylor Swift would be the PSYOP. Production and dissemination of PSYOP material. Well, yeah, the Eras Tour did just bring in $1 billion. Implementation, post-testing, evaluate the response. Well, Biden's going to win re-election, so I guess it's already worked. And feedback. Post-testing and feedback, the same thing. George Carlin always said, whenever you see something that's 10, like the 10 Commandments, they're trying to make it 10 and question it. Because 10, it feels good. 10's a number that you can get down with. If this was the 7-part process, it would seem like nonsense, but 10 sounds official. So I still will never listen to that AI, and I never say never, but I have no intention of listening to the AI-generated Carlin stand-up. Man was genius. Don't insult his audience with an AI-generated George Carlin performance. I hope his family gets a lot of money from that lawsuit. But back to this PSYOP thing. So this is a real thing. The American government definitely, likes to mess with people's heads in a psychological way and manipulate thought. That is not hard to believe. That's quite easy to believe. But, so, this is what they're saying. Okay, now that we understand what a PSYOP is, that the American government, by way of the Biden administration, they have organized this PSYOP mission. That's what I can't get over. Is Taylor part of the PSYOP mission, or is she the PSYOP? That's going to annoy me. And what am I going to do? Like, ask someone who believes this? And then they're my source? I don't know. Wanting, like, I've never been in this predicament. I really want this Looney Tune conspiracy theory explained to me in a way that actually I can understand it, because I don't even understand the basics of it. But who do you go to? Because if they believe it, they're not someone who I would take information from. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Okay. So, this is what they're saying. And like, Vivek has gotten behind this, which is awesome, because that man is insane. Okay, so the American government has rigged the Super Bowl to make sure the Chiefs got in there. Okay. Now, the Chiefs have made the Super Bowl really tired here. 3 out of the past 4 years. But they had to, mess with the football to get them in there. So, the government rigged the NFL season to get the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Simultaneously, they got Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and Taylor and Travis, isn't that cute? To pretend like they're in a romantic relationship, thus bringing the Swifties into the football arena, and maybe bringing some of the football fans into the Swift arena, because they had to do this for the crossover. And why would they choose the Chiefs? Like, see, this is my issue. Why would they choose Travis Kelce? Like, wouldn't it be more interesting if, like, they chose, I don't know, Odell Beckham Jr.? No, that would be funny, though. That would be funny. But, okay, Travis Kelce, he does look like an all-American guy. So, I guess he was a good choice to be part of the PSYOP operation. Okay. So, where was I? I am tired. Okay. So they fixed the season to get the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, although they make the Super Bowl regularly. I wonder if Patrick Mahomes feels about this, because we all know he likes to complain. And imagine like a whole political party is saying your talent isn't really your talent, it's a conspiracy theory. Patrick Mahomes, you should get on this. They're insulting your talent. And I know you like to complain, especially in Buffalo. NFL fans know what I'm talking about. So, they fixed the whole NFL season, and then they turned around and created this relationship that's just not real to get the NFL Swift crossover. And then at the Super Bowl, Kelce is going to propose to Taylor Swift, and she's going to say, I do. And I also support Joe Biden. I missed the day when they were mad because M&Ms were dressing too sexy. Like, this is the party that was mad that, the purple M&M had like on a short skirt. I don't know. I remember this was like one of the last Tucker Carlson Fox News show with the Eminem thing. So if you think what I'm saying makes absolutely no sense, you're right. It doesn't. It's really dumb. Just when I think they can't outdumb themselves. And this isn't all Republicans. I have plenty of friends who are Republicans, but anyone who gets behind this, can I borrow money? I promise I'll pay you back. Promise. I'm really good at that. So, and because of all this, Biden's going to win the election. Now, this is kind of funny because some people may say I look a little bit like a hypocrite here, because I've been on a kick that like football is partially fixed, and I've been saying that for years. However, it's fixed just to make the games a little more exciting, and it's fixed like the refs will make certain calls at certain times. Because I believe there is holding on every play, and the refs choose when to call it. I also, ironically, was predicting a year ago that Taylor Swift's fan base could sway the election. And I still believe that to be true. And it's looking more and more like it may be true because the Swifties are intense. And now that, like, MAGA is specifically pissing them off, they're going to be motivated to make sure old Don Don goes to the clink clink, not White House. So, although I do not believe Trump is going to prison. I would like it, but I just don't realistically see that happening. So, but I did say at one point, and if you go back, you know, you can find it. So, full transparency here, that Taylor Swift is so popular and has such a movement that she could theoretically sway a close presidential election. Yeah, I don't think that's a ludicrous belief structure either, and that football is parts of it are fixed to make it more exciting, to get better ratings for money. End of story. I never once connected those two. So anyone who wants to call me out on that, get your facts straight. You know, nipping this one in the bud. I can't make fun of it and then be called out as someone who said this a long time ago, because I've been known for saying a lot of stupid stuff in my days. Nothing this stupid. Seriously, this outdoes the sexy Eminem thing. And I think the victim of this, I'm holding a pen, is Patrick Mahomes, whose talent is being downgraded based on the PSYOP theory. Okay, so that's that. So tomorrow I'm going to do my long form on Scott Peterson. I want to let everybody know that it's going to be a little different. Anyone who watches my station, I got 62 subscribers now. I know you want to be number 63. Hit subscribe. I know this could take off any second. If you come here for humor, to laugh, political controversy, I love doing that. Or like humor and history, love doing that. When I do the Scott Peterson long form tomorrow, I will not be throwing in jokes. I will not be making fun of certain aspects of it, because what happened was a tragedy, and I need to, I believe, respect the individuals affected and the victims of the Lacey Peterson tragedy with the respect they deserve. So in that vein, I am going to give a thorough, detailed explanation, but it's going to be respectful of the situation. And I won't be going for my quick laughs. And it's so if you come in for the if you visit me for the humor and just the humor, tomorrow's long form is not going to be for you. See, I'm always honest. I'm telling people when things are, when they should check in and when they shouldn't, because regardless on if you think Scott Peterson is guilty or he's innocent, a woman was taken in a very violent way, and that's not a laughing matter at all. So just wanted to let you know that whenever I do something and there's a victim of violence, I will be removing humor from it. Because my goal would be that to do it in a way that if the family members affected by it were to watch my video, which, okay, I'm realistic. They're not going to actually see my video. But the standard I'm going to use is that it wouldn't inflict any additional harm or pain on them. Like, because I will be doing the long form Vince McMahon. And there is a victim involved in that. So, although there are things in there which would be like low-hanging fruit for humor, it's not a humorous situation. And there is a victim involved. So basically, I'm letting you know when I'm dealing with a serious situation that doesn't involve me directly, because I make fun of me. I can make fun of myself all I want. That's why if it happens to me, all bets are off. But when I'm dealing and talking about something or someone and they were victimized, my tenor is going to be more serious, and that's out of respect. As I said, my goal would be that even if people don't agree with my final conclusion, that they won't think I'm disrespectful in any way. Which is why, I originally was debating doing like a straight true crime YouTube station, and then decided against it because I wouldn't be able to be funny. And I like being funny, especially when the Republican Party is giving me so much material. But, so, basically, you're going to see a little different flavor of Ian YouTube presentation tomorrow. I am organizing it. It's going to be informative. I will be giving my opinion on it. However, it will be respectful to all parties. However, I don't have to be respectful to this PSYOP MAGA thing, because in Taylor we trust. On that note, your boy's tired. He's going to bed. Much love. Mwah.